So, hello to everyone who's just joined. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sorry that we're a little bit late. I can see someone has commented, thumbs up. So we are definitely out there. People can see us. So while we just wait for a few more people to join, I know it's after 4 o'clock, but if we just bear with the people who will have been sort of confused as to what's going on. And I'll just go through what we need for making Lumi, so that people can then just spend the next couple of minutes checking they've got everything, and then just before 10 past, we will launch into actually making Lumi. Before I go through everything that we need, I will very quickly introduce Maddie. So we've got a special guest here. So do you want to introduce yourself, Maddie, or would you rather I did it?
I am Maddie, and I'm a girl guide, part of Parvard and Dalton first, I think. Is it? Oh, sorry.
Why are you joining me here today?
Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
No, that's fine. I'm nervous too, Maddie. Oh, and we've got more people that can see us, which is brilliant. So why are you here joining me on this live? What you made?
Guide's mascot, Lumi, and I'm here to create a little small version of her.
Yeah. So when we ran a competition earlier this year to design a mascot for our 50th birthday, those of you who don't know, our region is 50 this year. And Maddie designed an amazing mascot called Lumi. And Lumi looks a little bit like this. This is the real life 3D version that we're all going to be making today. But Maddie designed our mascot for us and won the competition. And it was such a fabulous design that we all loved it and chose Maddie as the winner. And Lumi, you will have already seen her popping up throughout our 50th year, and she will continue to pop up throughout the year. And we thought that it would be a lovely opportunity for Maddie to join us on a Facebook Live, for everyone to create their very own Lumi that can sit with them throughout all of the fun they have, maybe doing our 50th birthday challenge, you know, if they're having a virtual birthday party for us, things like that. Everyone can have their own little Lumi that they've made. And I hope you'll all agree, it looks amazingly cute. Maddie, if you hold up yours as well so everyone can see yours. There we go. So it's 3D, has the arms sticking out, the flame on the top. So yeah, everyone will have one of these, which hopefully you will keep and love. So I can see we've got more people watching now, which is great. It means everything's worked. So I will just read out what we need so everyone can just quickly check. So you're going to need a toilet roll tube or half of a kitchen roll tube. I think this is a kitchen roll tube I cut in half, so you'll need that. You're also going to need different colours of paints or felt tips. So red, white, blue, orange and yellow. So I've got some paints already out here. I've also got some felt tips, so you can use whatever you've got. And it doesn't have to be perfect colours, just use whatever you've got around you. If you've got coloured paper, then you can cut bits out of coloured paper and do it as a collage instead. You're also going to need some red and white paper or card. So this is my red paper, this is what I'm going to make Lumi's necker out of. And you can also use the white paper or card to make Lumi white all over, or you're also going to need it for Lumi's eyes and mouth and arms. And the flame. So you might be drawing those out yourself, or you might have printed off our templates that look like this. So these have got Lumi's eyes and mouth and arms and the flame. There we go, Maddie's got them too, and this is the necker. So if you are using the templates, then you've made it a little bit easier for yourself. You can cut those out, colour them in on there. Or if you're going to draw them by hand, then you'll just need some white paper or card, and that's what you'll draw them on to stick onto Lumi. And then you're going to need some scissors, obviously for cutting out all of those bits. There we go, Maddie's got scissors too. And some glue or sticky tape to stick everything together. Okay, so hopefully everyone has got all of those things. And maybe you've got the instructions in front of you as well. But if not, then don't worry, because I'm going to be talking through everything, and Maddie is going to be showing us how it's done. She's going to be putting my arts and crafts skills to shame, no doubt. Okay, so I can see that we've got people commenting, which is great. So thank you for all of those thumbs up and smiley faces. It's lovely to see everyone watching. So we will get cracking. It's 10 past now. So the first step to do is to take your toilet roll tube and you're going to need to paint it white all over, or colour it in white, or get your white paper and wrap it round, just so that Lumi looks a little bit nicer than being the horrible brown toilet roll tube. So that is the first thing you need to do. So you can just paint all over and just make it all white. And while we're all doing that, I thought we would launch into some questions with Maddie. So Maddie has very kindly given up her Thursday afternoon to make Lumi and answer some questions, because I know lots of people will be really interested in Lumi and how she came about and how Maddie designed her. So, Maddie, you're in the hot seat now. So how did you hear about the mascot competition and why did you decide to enter?
Well, our guide Lena Jean do all of my guides Zoom call because she thought all of us might be interested, and I thought I might have a go because like I quite like doing arts and crafts, and I thought it might be fun to do. Didn't expect to win, but I didn't.
Oh, you never know. That's the thing, isn't it? If you don't enter, then you're never going to win. You're never going to stand a chance. So yeah, thank you very much for entering. And yeah, we had some really, really fabulous designs from people across all of the sections all over the region. And it was a really hard decision because we liked all of the designs. But what we really liked about yours, Maddie, and what made you stand out as the winner was how perfectly Lumi's design linked in, not only to Girl Guiding, but to our 50th year, with it being a candle and obviously birthday candles. So where did you get the inspiration for Lumi? How did you come up with the design?
Well, actually, it was Diwali at the time, and I thought, like, because there was loads of candles around and lots of celebration, I thought, well, we might do like a candle because to celebrate Diwali and the 50th year, and it's also like a guiding light for guides throughout our Zoom calls and COVID, because it's actually been quite hard.
Yeah. So did you hear about the actual guiding light thing that lots of people did, sort of, especially in lockdown 1? Did you hear about that, and is that where you got the inspiration? Or you just hear about the guiding light more generally?
Yeah, I heard about lots of people doing the guiding light, so
yeah. That was one of the special things about that first lockdown, as well as the rainbow trails and things like that. Lots of people in Girl Guiding around the world, actually, lots of WAGS members lit a candle between 1710, well, not 1710, 710, 1910, and 2020 to sort of like mark the years that Girl Guiding has existed in time form, and it was all about keeping your guiding light burning. So yeah, we loved that Lumi kind of hinted at that guiding light, but also the like celebration of the 50th year. So that's why we loved her so much. So one of the things I really like about Lumi actually is the necker. And I've never ever been in a unit that has a necker. So I think that's why I really like them, because I'm just very intrigued by the concept of neckers. So do you have a necker? Is that why you added a necker to Lumi? Or what was
I have a necker because I was supposed to go to Malta to do some gardening with guides, and we all got a neckerchief. So when we went to Malta, everyone knew who we were, that we were part of like guides. And so I've got one from there. I think my mum's just gone to get it.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, so it's the international necker, isn't it? That was again what I loved about Lumi, is that it kind of shows our link to international guiding. And yeah, as I said, I've never had a necker, so very special. And on mine, you can see it's like a 3D necker. Obviously, on the original design, it was drawn on. You can see on Maddie's Lumi that she's got there, she's drawn it onto the white. So you can kind of, depending on what things you've got around you, you could either make a 3D necker on Lumi, and we've got the template for that too, or just if you're wanting to make it a little bit easier, then you can draw it onto. Yeah, I did. I particularly love the necker. That was one of my favourite parts of the design. Oh, there you go. You can see Maddie showing off her necker.
I have to roll it up. It's quite.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks so good on Lumi. It really makes it stand out, doesn't it?
Okay, one more you've got here.
I can see more people commenting and saying hi as well. Yeah, the neck was brilliant. Okay, so hopefully everyone now is getting on with painting their toilet roll tube white. Now, I said just before we went live that I'm a rubbish multitasker, and as you can see, because I've been talking, I haven't actually finished painting mine white. But I think all of you watching had enough time, I would imagine, to paint it white or cover it all in white. So we'll move on to the next step. And as I said, I was very good at multitasking, so I've prepared lots of different steps of Lumi. So I do have one part now that is all white and ready to go with the next step. So what we need to do is add the stripes to Lumi. So there you go, my finished one. You can see the diagonal blue and red stripes at the top there and at the bottom. And you can see them on Maddie's as well. They've got those blue and white stripes that again tie in very nicely to the international knicker. So the next step is to add these stripes. Now there's lots of different ways you can do that. You could paint them on. So I've got red and blue paint to paint the stripes on. If you've got felt tips like this, then you could felt tip them on. Maddie's there with her felt tips. If you've got paper, like red paper and blue paper, you could cut out strips and stick them on. However you want to do it, you're just going to add your diagonal strips. And you can see on mine, so when I made this Lumi, I only had Maddie's original design to go off. And Lumi, you could only see the front of her. So I kind of interpreted that, and I've got my lines that loop all the way around the back and background to the front. So you could do it like that if you want, or you can see on Maddie's just got them on the front, and then they kind of end when it gets to the side. So yeah, that's it. You can see there. However you want to do it, you can either have them join in all the way around at the back, or just do the diagonal lines at the front. There's no right or wrong answer. Do what you want. So I will get cracking with finishing my lines as well. So I've already started them on here like that. So I've just got the other end to do. But hopefully everyone will be adding their blue and red stripes. Okay, so shall I ask you another question, Maddie? I can see you're really concentrated. So I will try and not make it too deep of a question. So yeah, we'll go with an easy one. So how long have you been in guides, Maddie?
I think nearly about 3 years, because I joined when I was 10.
Yeah. And were you a brownie before that and a rainbow before that, or was guides your first section?
I was a rainbow and a brownie.
So you've been in guiding for nearly 8 years then, is that right? Yeah, quite a while, yeah. And what has been your favourite memory of guides or rainbows or brownies? What's been your favourite memory of girl guiding?
Probably the guide camp. I really did. That was really fun. The guide camp. In brownies, it was probably like this tea party we had, and we had like this massive celebration for the Queen. I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of rainbows.
I remember my very first rainbows meeting, and I made a treasure box, like a memory box, and I've still got it now, and that was 15, 16 years ago now. But yeah, I think a special part of my brain kind of realised just how important girl guiding would become, and sort of held on to that memory of my first ever meeting. But yeah, I don't remember much of rainbows, because obviously you're very young when you're in rainbows, aren't you? But that very first meeting, I do still remember. I think that's quite special. But no, so tell me a bit more about that guide camp then. How was that? Were you actually camping, or was that an indoor camp?
No, we were actually camping. So we went to a field and stayed there for about 3 nights, I think it was. And we stayed in a tent. And we cooked our own food every night and around the campfire. And we got to play on a big slip and slide in our swimming costumes, because it was really hot.
That sounds really fun. So was that just before the pandemic, or was that a bit longer ago?
I think it was the summer before the pandemic. So
yeah, nice bit that you got to experience that. Yeah, I love guide camps. I never went camping as a guide. I could never go. We were always on holiday ourselves. But then when I got to Rangers and I camped for the first time, it was at Wellies and Wristbands, which, if you don't know, is Girl Guiding's big um, like music festival for guides and rangers. And that was not only my first time like ever camping. I'd never ever actually camped before, but it was my first time at Waddow Hall, and yeah, my first time really having that freedom at a camp, and it was amazing. Definitely one of my favourite memories. But I never went. I was never able to go camping just with my unit because I was always on holiday. So I'm very jealous of that experience, Maddie. And the slip and slide sounds very fun. I'm going to be stealing that idea at some point, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully people are well on their way with adding their blue and red lines. I've finished mine around the top, and I'm just moving on to adding them on the bottom. So there you can see Maddie's ended hers. So that's a bit quicker actually. So I like that idea. You can see Maddie's just done the diagonals rather than looping them all the way around. So whichever you want to do though, you could maybe do what Maddie's done, and then if you decide later you want to loop them all the way around the back, you could add that later. But as soon as Maddie has finished hers, we'll move on. Oh, I did say I was really bad at multitasking, and now you can really see that because I can't paint a straight line while I'm talking. So I'm going to set mine down for a second and ask you another question, Maddie. Okay, so obviously you went on that camp when life was a bit more normal, and that would have been a really great experience. But lots of people have obviously still been having great guiding experiences throughout the pandemic and throughout the lockdowns. So have you been doing virtual meetings, Maddie?
Yeah, I've done one every Tuesday for maybe about 6 months. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah. So it's been over a year, hasn't it, since you would have sort of those unit meetings first stopped, but really good that you've still been able to do virtual. And what's been your favourite virtual meeting? What's the favourite activity you've done?
On Pancake Day, we got to like make little pancakes in the top of a Coke can tin, which was really fun. But my expiration date printed onto mine, so I couldn't really eat it.
Oh no! So you had like an inky pancake.
Yeah.
Did they work though? Because I've tried those before with my brownies, and if any of my brownies are watching, they'll know what I'm on about. Because the last pancake day we tried that where we did little tea light pancakes, and they didn't cook very well, so everyone ended up with some pretty raw pancakes. So did yours work? Although the
it did work, but it did take quite a while. You have to be quite patient because it did quite a while.
Yeah. So that was Pancake Day. For Pancake Day this year, we did normal pancakes because usually in our unit we don't have a kitchen. So we made use of the fact that everyone was at home and could use their own ovens and their own hobs, and we did normal pancakes. But pancakes are definitely a guiding favourite. I remember doing them when I was in guides in the unit over a little baked bean tin, which was definitely fun. Are there any other meetings that stand out that you've done during lockdown?
I don't really think so. I think they've all been like just activities because there's not much you can really do.
Everything blurs into one as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
I bet it's here and she's reminding you of things you've done.
Yeah, they have all been really fun though, and like
you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every single one really.
Yeah. And do you play any games, like virtual games?
Yeah. Oh, we did have a yoga and like meditation teacher come in for about 3 weeks.
Wow. So you did like a proper yoga course?
Yeah, which was really fun.
That sounds really good. We've done laughing yoga with my guides, and that was also one of these Facebook videos with some laughing yoga. But we got a video off YouTube, and I think my guides thought that I'd lost the plot when I told them what we were doing. I really enjoyed it. I think they thought that it was a bit silly, but if you haven't tried laughing yoga, then it's definitely very fun. Yeah, we did a few weeks of different like mindfulness things. So we made like worry jars, and we did the yoga. We did normal yoga too, as well as laughing yoga. And we had a peer educator come and talk to us about sort of mental well-being and think resilient, which has obviously been very important recently. So I do like that you've done some very intensive yoga courses during guides. That must have been really cool. You were saying about games. What sort of games have you played during virtual meetings?
We've had like musical statues. We've made up games that like Jean and my guide leaders have made up for us, and we've also had like games of guess the emojis and quizzes.
Yeah, a good quiz.
There's loads of games we've played.
Good. That's been one of the hardest things I think as a guide leader, because we've got so many favourite games that we would do in the unit, in the meeting place, that trying to think of things that work well on Zoom has been difficult. So I like musical statues. It's a good idea. I'm going to steal that from you, Maddie. And yeah, quizzes. We do lots of quizzes. We do some quizzes on Kahoot, which is like an online quiz platform.
Oh yeah,
and you done Kahoot? Yeah, they work well, don't they? Oh, I can see someone's commented. St Ambrose Brownies had Linda and Laughing Yoga for Mother's Day, so the mums joined in. Brilliant. And I can see people commenting where they're from as well, so hello. Hopefully you're well on your way with finishing our lines. So I've finished my red ones now. I just need to finish the blue. Are you finished your lines, Maddie?
Yeah.
You are, okay. That's me being very slow and not multitasking very well. We'll move on. And again, if people aren't quite finished yet, then don't worry, because you can watch this video back at any time and finish off. But the next thing we need to do is to cut out our eyes and mouth so that we can stick them on. So again, if you've printed off a template, then you can cut them out of there, or you can just draw them on paper and cut them out. So that's one that I did earlier, just cutting it out. And if I hold up this Lumi, then you can see that she's got lovely long like eyelashes that stick out. So that is kind of the shape that you want to go for with the eyes, and a cute little smiling open mouth. But yeah, if you've got the template, then that is all drawn for you. You can colour it in, cut them out and stick them on. So that will be the thing that I do next. I will be cutting out my my template pieces, colouring them in, and then sticking them on. So I really love the eyes on your drawing, Maddie. They were very, very cartoon-like, but very lifelike at the same time. So how did you draw everything by hand, or did you use like an eye to draw?
By hand.
Very impressed. And did you say that you are quite a creative person, would you say? Do you like lots of drawing and painting and crafting?
Yeah, I love doing like art and painting and things like that.
Yeah. Did you try any new crafty hobbies over lockdown?
Oh, I've tried quilling, which was...
Oh, what's that?
It's where like you get a piece of a strip of paper and you like roll it up into a coil, and you create art with it, like rainbows and butterflies.
Wow,
like that.
I've never heard of that. I'll have to give it a look. Yeah, I were very impressed with your drawing of Lumi. You can tell you're very creative. Unlike me, who is struggling to paint a straight line. But no, if you've used felt tips, then hopefully that'll have been much quicker as well than paint. I'm just taking a slightly longer route. So yeah, hopefully you can cut out your templates and stick them on. And now we've got a few people commenting. We can see how fast and slow people are going, and whether we need to move faster or slower. Oh, and you've just got a comment from the Region Chief Commissioner, Maddie. So Julie says, well done. Thank you for sharing, Lumi. So Julie, giving you a big compliment. Very impressed with your design. Yeah, I tried quite a lot of different crafty hobbies during lockdown. And I think macrame was my favourite. I really enjoyed doing that, and that's a guide activity actually. So I do mean to do that with my guides and teach them and share them my lockdown skill. So as soon as we go back to normal meetings, I don't like the idea of trying to teach guides to tie knots over Zoom. If any other leaders are watching, I'm sure you will agree that that sounds like much too difficult a task when you can't actually be on hand to help. But I'm definitely going to share that sort of lockdown craft that I learnt with my guides. So what's your favourite thing about being a guide, Maddie? If you had to pick one thing.
Well, well, I don't really know. Like,
put you on the spot there.
Things.
Friends, yeah, that is, I think, the best thing. I did a survey recently. Go on, sorry.
When I went to guides, it was kind of just me because not many of my friends came to my guides. So I've also made lots of new friends through guides.
Yeah, that's so lovely. I was exactly the same. In fact, when I was at guides, none of my school friends were with me. And I was the only one in my school year actually at guides. There were girls in the year above me and girls in the year below me. But now the people that I went to guides with, I'm still in touch with, and they're still very good friends. And one of them, in fact, I'm a leader with now. So we were guides and rangers together, and now back both being leaders at the same unit. So I think, yeah, I would definitely agree that the friends that you make in guides, the different to school friends, is the best part about girl guiding. And the friends I've made as a leader have been amazing as well. So yeah, I love that answer. I see. I can't really add anything. I think because I've just agreed. Yeah, I think the friends are my favourite part. I think the badges as well. I can't be a leader and not love the badges. And yeah, that's another favourite part, but slightly more fun than the badge than the friendship. So what badges have you earned then, Maddie? Have you? I can see you on your sleeve there. Have you earned any interest badges?
I've got quite a lot here.
Oh wow, very prepared. What's been your favourite badge to earn?
Probably my Naturals Remedies badge because we got to like create our own face masks and do lots of bath bombs and things like that, and it was just a really fun things to do. Just that one.
Very interesting. So how do you make a bath bomb? Can you remember?
I think it was baking powder, flour.
It was a flower.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I think it might have been a horrible bath if you were adding flour to it.
And face masks.
Yeah,
with bananas.
Which was just like mashed banana, honey, a squirt of lemon juice or something, and a strawberry, I think, which was
wow. And very relaxing, I imagine. Fun to make and then relaxing to use. What other badges have you done?
Well, I've actually just got my Guide Silver Awards.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Not long ago, which is this one. Oh Jesus! Just hold it. Oh wait, that one.
Oh, that. I don't think I've ever seen a silver award actually up close. I've seen some bronze awards, but yeah, silver, the elusive silver, amazing. And are you aiming for gold? Is that your aim? Yeah. How many interest badges have you earned? Are you one of the? Are you going to go for all of the interest badges too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about this one.
Builders.
This one was when I went on my
was going
to go on my Malta trip, but it got cancelled by COVID. And it was our international Girl Guides experience, which was for Malta 2020. But we didn't really get to go.
Oops. You're going to send Emma one, aren't you?
I've actually got 4 of them, which is quite a lot.
Did you use them for fundraising? Were you making lots and trying to sell them?
Yeah, we were just like giving them away and like selling them to people.
Oh, that's so nice.
You're going to send one to
We might send one to you if you want to. If you want.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. Nice memory of talking to you. Yeah. I can see even more people watching now, which is great. People can let us know when they have stuck on their eyes and mouth, and we'll move on to the next part. I can see someone say hello from Clitheroe. They love the design and they're going to treasure their little Lumi forever. And they're really enjoying our chat. So another compliment there. Okay, so more badges. I mean, who doesn't love talking about badges? Are there any badges that you haven't earned yet that you're looking forward to earning? What's the next interest badge on your list to complete?
Oh, you'll have to look through your guidebook.
Have you done the confectionery one? Have you done confectionery?
Yeah, I think I've done.
Yeah, good one. Have you done guiding history? That's an interesting one.
Oh no, I don't think I have done that one yet.
Oh, I'd recommend that. We
Oh no, I have. Sorry.
You've done so many, you're forgetting. No, you will. Yeah, definitely. And if you complete all of them, you'll have to let us know, and we can give you a special shout out, because that's very impressive for people that earn all of them. So if you're well on the way to earning that, then that's very impressive. And what would be on your guiding bucket list? If you could do anything in guiding, if there were absolutely no limits, like go crazy, what would you like to do with your guiding friends?
Definitely go abroad. Like,
go abroad.
Yeah, or to like Disney or something, which would be quite fun.
Yeah, it must be really annoying that you were so close to going away, but lots of people are in the same boat, aren't they? I was in the same boat. I had an international that was cancelled. But yeah, I think going away internationally with guiding is definitely an amazing experience. So I've heard. I'm in the same position as you, that is the top thing on my guiding bucket list, to go abroad with guiding. Someone is asking if Lumi is going to be made into a badge too. And no, there isn't a badge, but I'm sure I can take that feedback. So thank you, Margaret. That is a great idea. We'll see if that is a possibility. I'm sure lots of people would love a badge about Lumi. There's other badges to do with our 50th year. So if you haven't already had a look at our 50th birthday challenge badge, that has got 5 or 6 badges with it. So if you're after a 50th birthday badge, then yeah, we don't have one with Lumi on yet. There could potentially be one. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, have a look at the badges that definitely do exist for our 50th year. Have you done any of that challenge in your meetings, Maddie, or have you not started it yet?
I don't think I did.
Sorry, I don't know the question.
Sorry, I wasn't listening for a second.
Don't worry. So for our 50th birthday, we've made a challenge badge that has got lots of different themes to it. So it's got a collaborate section, it's got a challenge section, a county section, and a celebrate. All links to our 50th birthday. So lots of units have already started that, but you might not have done it yet because obviously we've got all year for our 50th birthday. But again, you will hopefully do that at some point in the year, and yeah, celebrate our birthday, and you'll be able to show off the fact that you've got Lumi, and you're earning the badge. We've started it with my guides, so we've done some of the county section. We've learned about the county, so Manchester and Lancs North West, because I'm in 2 counties. We've done the challenge section, and we've had people wearing 50 items of clothing for the 50-year challenge. We've made a bucket list of 50 guiding things that we want to do. We have done the collaborate section because we're 2 joint meetings at the moment, and we're going to do the collaborate section again because we've got another unit that have reached out. One of the previous leaders at my unit, we're going to meet with them, which again is one of the benefits of virtual, isn't it, that we can meet up with lots of different units. Yeah. I can see. Oh no, Lucy! Lucy's just smudged Lumi's face. Well, if it's any consolation, my hands currently look like this, Lucy. I've got blue paint everywhere, and I don't know how I've managed that because I haven't actually touched the blue paint yet. But somehow I've got it all over me. Hopefully it's fixable, Lucy. So after you've cut out and glued on your eyes and your mouth. I can see Maddie is already a step ahead because you've got the flame. So that will come at the end. You can do the flame now, really, if you want. It makes sense to cut that out too. So at some point, you need to also do your flame. You can see, oh, there we go. You just need some red, some orange, and some yellow paint to make your flame. And that is technically our last step, but if you've cut that out at the same time, then that makes complete sense. Okay, so the next step is our necker. So again, as I said, this is my favourite part. I absolutely love the necker. Oh no, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. We've missed out the arms. We do need to do the arms before the necker. So you need to cut out your arms, or you need to draw your arms. And if you're drawing them, it's really important that they actually do look like this, because it helps them stick to Lumi and stick out in the 3D way. So you can see that there's kind of a straight, there's a straight bit in the middle, which is where you will glue to Lumi, and then the arms stick up at an angle slightly, and they're the bits that stick out. So hopefully you might have the template printed out. If not, I'll hold it up for a second and you can see what you need to cut out yourself. There we go. And we've got, yeah, Lumi's arms all nice and posed. So I will give everyone a couple of seconds to cut out their arms. And then the way that you're going to stick them on is you're going to take your Lumi, and my mouth hasn't been stuck on yet because I'm a bit behind. And you're going to take Lumi, the behind of Lumi, and as I said, this part here, so the sort of straight edge, is where you're going to glue. So I will glue this now. So just a bit of glue along there. And then that part is going to stick to Lumi. And the actual arm parts can then bend out and stick out and be really 3D. So you can see I've just put a bit of glue on there, and I'm going to stick them to the back of Lumi like that. And then you can see that I can then bend these parts of the arms outwards like that. There we go, and they stick out. So you can see I've just stuck it on the back like that, and the necker will cover that where it joins, and it looks really nice and neat. And the arms just stick out like that. So that was the next step. I'm going to go back a step and glue my mouth because, as I said, I'm a bit behind. But all right. There we go. That's my Lumi with mouth and eyes and arms on. And yeah, if you have jumped ahead and done the flame as well, then that will now look definitely a lot more like a candle, which is brilliant. So other than going on an international, Maddie, is there anything else that you'd like to do with guides? Or maybe something that you've done before that you're going to do again?
Well, I did go ice skating. I did go ice skating a while back, which was really, really fun, and I'd love to do it again. Yeah.
So had you ever done ice skating before doing it with guides, or was guides the first time?
No, I had done it. I
had done it before. I've been ice skating with guides, and it was the only time I've ever been ice skating, so I wouldn't have had that experience if I hadn't have gone with guides. And I've also done I've done non-ice skating with guides, where they put like a platform down, some sort of surface that means you can skate on it that isn't actually ice. So that was really good fun. Yeah, I like that, ice skating. And anything else? So ice skating, internationals, and you said the slip and slide. I mean, if I was going to put anything on my guiding bucket list now, after hearing that you did at camp, I'm going to add a big slip and slide to my guiding bucket list, because that sounds like the most fun ever.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
And I bet you're all muddy and covered in grass and everything, but no one cared just because it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
Okay, so then, oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say that we also went bowling once, which was also really fun, and I would love to do that again.
Yeah, trips are always very special, aren't they? And in fact, after I've shown this next step, that brings us on to our next question. So here you can see I've already cut out and coloured my necker. But if you haven't already, then you need to colour the main bit of your necker red, and it's going to have a white stripe and a blue stripe. So just like an actual necker looks like in real life, this is just like a very miniature version made out of paper. And if you've got the template, then it's already sort of done to the perfect size. Oh, there we go. Maddie's holding up the actual necker that Lumi's is based off. There we go. Perfect comparison. So if you've got the template, then yeah, it's got all of the lines on for you. You just need to colour them in. But if you're putting it out yourself, then you just need a triangle that it's about 25 centimetres long along the top, and about 15 centimetres each of these shorter sides. But just any sort of triangle, as long as it looks a bit like a necker shape, will work. And yeah, you need to colour them in red and then with a white stripe and a blue stripe. So we've just said about ice skating, we've said about bowling. So other than those, what's been the best trip you've been on with guides, Maddie?
I think it was a bonfire wild walk. I think I've got a badge for it actually.
All the best trips have badges with them.
Oh no, it's not one. Wait, which it? Oh, it's on my thing.
Talk about it. It's on your t-shirt.
Oh, it's going on.
It's on the t-shirt.
You have to stand up and turn around, or just describe it.
Well, it was like a bonfire Halloween day where we like made like creatures out of food and stuff. We sit around the bonfire. We got snacks and like a little gift shop, and it was a really fun day for Halloween.
That was fun.
Did you have fireworks?
Yeah. And fireworks.
Oh wow, that does sound very fun. I think one of the favourite trips that I've ever been on, as a leader actually, was I took my brownies to the zoo, to Blackpool Zoo, with lots of other units. And that was a really fun day because wherever you turned, there was brownies and rainbows and guides. And we took over the whole zoo. And yeah, I remember it was my birthday, the day we went to the zoo, and they all surprised me. They brought me a cake and all sung happy birthday. So that was a very special trip. Yeah. I think people in Girl Guiding are the best at surprises. I'm always surprised on my birthday by either my leader bringing out sort of cakes and things like that when I was younger, or now as a leader myself, and my own brownies surprise me. It's lovely.
Aww.
Yeah. You can see I've just added my flame on there. So now the only thing missing from my Lumi is the necker. So I know the necker is probably going to be the most complicated thing, and we're also at 10 to 5. So I'm going to get cracking with explaining how to do the necker. And then if people are still on like cutting and sticking bits out, then you can do that later. But I think it's important that I fully explain the necker because it is a little bit fiddly. So just like how a necker in real life is it comes as a triangle and you have to fold it over itself and then tie it, either in a friendship knot or with a woggle. So on this one, I did actually manage to tie a little friendship knot in the necker, which, let me tell you, was not an easy feat. It was very fiddly. It took a lot of playing around. So if anyone is very, very patient and is very good at tying friendship knots, which maybe that was my downfall, was that I'm not very good at tying them in an actual necker. But if anyone is a pro at friendship knots and has got very nimble fingers, then you can tie it in a friendship knot like that. Otherwise, what you can do is just sort of like cross it over the front. So you'll see once we've rolled it up, and it will look good either way. But yeah, that's kind of what makes the necker fiddly. If you really want to do a friendship knot, then it is possible. I've proven it's possible, but not the easiest. But first, before we can think about tying it, we just need to fold over the edges. So you can see on the template, there's some dotted lines which show you where you need to fold it. So in the same way that you would like fold the long edge of a necker over in real life, we're going to do that with the paper. And you can just kind of concertina it, just fold it over itself repeatedly until it kind of has that classic necker look. And you can see the stripes, like, you know, that kind of all fold into each other like that. So I'm just going to fold over the top edge of my necker 5 or 6 times. And if you can make these folds quite small, that really helps, because otherwise it's very, very bulky at the top of the necker. So yeah, just fold it over a few times. So as I said, I've never had a unit that has neckers, but I do own a necker, and it's one of the centenary neckers, and I love it. But I've never ever been able to properly tie a friendship knot. One of my friends has to help me every single time. But obviously during lockdown, I haven't had anyone to help me tie the necker, so I have had to learn. But I still have to get the instructions up every single time, because that's I just struggle with it. It's not one of the easiest things to do, I don't think. Okay, so I'm just folding over my edge. You can see now, because it's folded, you've got these, just like it happens on a classic necker, where the stripes kind of look really nice and all fold over each other. So I'm going to just do that a couple more times. And this also means that the necker gets a little bit smaller, otherwise it would drown Lumi. So once again, and again, and again. And then you can see, there we go. That looks much more recognisable as a necker, doesn't it? With the triangle bit at the back, and then these bits which will cross over or tie into a friendship knot. So again, I know I'm speeding ahead a bit now just because this is taking a little bit longer with the delays at the start. But that is what you're hoping to get to. A red necker with a white stripe and a blue stripe, and folded over at the top edge so that we can take our Lumi. And you know how we've stuck the arms on the back? And it doesn't really look that messy at all, but the necker just helps to hide where we've joined the arms to Lumi. So what you can do is just hold the sort of the necker to the back and take the edges over each of Lumi's arms as if like she's got shoulders, and yeah, and just cross them over. So 1 minute, I'll have a little fiddle around with mine, and then hold it up. And then with a bit of sellotape or glue, once you've positioned the necker, you can just sort of stick it down like that. And then, as you can see, it covers that bit at the back where her arms join, and just sort of has the little bit of a necker crossover at the front, just like that. And then with that, that would be your finished Lumi. So we've got the eyes and the mouth stuck on, we've got the flame at the top, we've got the arms out and 3D, we've got the blue and the red stripes at the top and the bottom, and we've added our necker as the final touch. So that brings us to the end of making Lumi. There you go, you can see the one with the friendship necker, with the friendship knot in the necker. There we go. So again, hopefully everyone can finish this and take as long as they need in their own time and send their pictures of Lumi to us. We'd love to see everyone's toilet roll tube Lumis, and yeah, show them off. If you're a brownie or a rainbow or a guide or whatever, why not bring it to your next unit meeting and show everyone else what you've managed to make. Send us pictures, keep it for the full 50th year and beyond, and you will always have this little token Lumi, and it will be a really special reminder of our 50th birthday. So there you go, jump to hold them up. We'll hold them up together, Maddie, our finished Lumis.
Because it took that long to go over the
Oh no! Well, yeah, I've got lots of Lumis. Hold you first. There we go. So these are our finished Lumis. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining us, Maddie, and for answering all of those questions. I've got one more before we say goodbye. Okay. And my last question is, how would you describe guides to a younger rainbow or brownie? So we've got lots of people watching, and I'm sure lots of them are looking up to you and going, oh, I want to be like Maddie one day. Wow. What would you say to a little rainbow or brownie watching about guides?
Well, I'd probably say guides is such a fun thing to do, and you'll enjoy literally every session of it, and because there's loads of different experience you get to do tricks, you get to make new friends, and it's just all over like a really, really fun experience. And nice leaders. Brilliant,
thank you. And yeah,
I've got really nice leaders as well.
Oh, and I'm sure that they will watch this video and be so proud of you. And I know you were nervous, but you've done an absolutely amazing job. So thank you for answering those questions and for entering our competition and designing such an amazing Lumi. And then for joining us today. I'm sure we've got lots and lots of comments going, thank you, thank you, thank you. It looks brilliant. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. So lots of people have really enjoyed watching. So I'm going to end the live now, and obviously this video will save so people can come back and watch it, and finish off making their Lumi if they haven't quite managed to do it yet. But I will end it now and say goodbye to everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Bye. Thank you.
And thank you, a big, big thank you to Maddie. So hopefully see everyone soon at another virtual or maybe soon in-person event. We will see, but yeah, I will say a goodbye for now, and a big thank you again. So bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye, thank you, Maddie.